Hello, and welcome to the Successful Introvert, how to confidently grow your business and your bank account, a weekly interview series where I will be interviewing experts on how to grow your confidence, step out of your comfort zone, and thrive in your business. I'm Erin Summ, Erin Summ, confidence coach, supporting shy and introverted women entrepreneurs to step past their fears of being seen and heard and into confidence so they can shine their bright, beautiful light in the world, making a bigger difference in their business and their bank account. Make sure to join the free Stand Up and Shine Confidence Challenge at erinsumm.com/confidence challenge to expand your confidence and increase your income in less than 10 minutes a day. I am so excited today to have Maggie Schreiber with us. Hello, Maggie.
Hi, Erin. It's so fun to be a part of your dream and be on your show today. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Me too. And I can't wait to hear what you're going to talk about, which is dreams, which is right behind me. You can see my little sign back there.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So Maggie's going to be talking today about building a dream team, how to use powerful requests to expand your business and your dream. So exciting. So everyone, Maggie Schreiber captivates audiences with her vibrant, approachable style. She's able to connect with the audience at a heart level as she inspires dreams and transforms lives. Her passionate and creative talks engage the audience as she delivers insightful and compassionate solutions to overbooked schedules, business challenges, life transitions, and forgotten dreams, acting as a catalyst to creating the life of abundance, harmony, and joy. Recognized as an expert in building women's community, Maggie is the founder of Women of Wonder, a spiritually based group of self-discovery. She nurtures women to know they matter, along with their dreams, goals, and desires. Maggie shares the power of a women's group in her book, Catch Your Star, which she is a co-author along with many other amazing women, including me. Yay! So Maggie, tell me a little bit about Women of Wonder and your business.
Well, let me first by saying I just love that when we look back at where we started from and how we were together in a business training, and now you are the host of your own show, and we've been co-authors, you've been to my retreat. It's just so fun to be here and be part of your expansive work and your expansion. So Women of Wonder is a spiritually based group of self-discovery that I started about 5 years ago. And it actually started with my girlfriends. I wanted to bring together my girlfriends and thank them for being in my life. And so once a year I'd bring them together and we would go away for the weekend and I would plan everything. And I called it my wow weekend because I wanted them to be able to say, wow, what a great experience, or wow, I learned something. Mm-hmm. And then I was guided to open it up from their encouragement to share this with other women. And so I started the women's group, and it was an opportunity for women to come together, to be inspired and to be nurtured and to know that they matter. Mm-hmm. And I've been doing that for 5 years. And I'm also a dream coach. I've been certified by Marshall Weeder as a dream coach. And so I support women in manifesting their dreams through a 10-step process. And I also do workshops and retreats.
Awesome. And you're amazing at all of it. Like you said, I've been to your retreat, I've been to some of your workshops, and you're just so amazing. And you support me in my dream as well. And, you're amazing at seeing the possibilities and getting in there and helping and supporting women with their dream. So I've really appreciated your support over the years as well.
My pleasure, Erin.
Thank you. So Maggie, were there ever times when you didn't feel confident that it was going to work?
Yes, it's funny. Part of my 10-step process in manifesting your dreams, there's one step that is when you meet your doubter. The minute you say what your intention is and you state your dream, there is that part of you, that voice known as your doubter. Yeah. And really what your doubter is there for is to keep you safe And a lot of times the question comes up from your doubter that says, yeah, but what if? And the doubter is very good at supporting you and projecting your fears into your dreams. And so at each step of the way of my business and my expansion and transformation, I had some doubts. The first women's group that I did at Unity, my church at Unity, that's where I started. I thought, will women come? What if I put this all together? What if? Yeah, but what if I put this all together? I planned this whole evening. I feel like women want to come together and connect and be nurtured and inspired. But what if no one comes? So each process I had that, and I was scared. The good news was that I was at my church, and so I figured, I'm pretty safe here.
Right.
And it ended up being really well received and very positive. My first retreat, I was petrified. I thought, I don't even know. Am I crazy? What am I doing this for? And to the point where after my second retreat, I was at a place where I was not going to do anymore because I was I didn't have the confidence. But I was able to call in my dream team, which I'll talk about a little bit later, gain their support, and also turn the voice of my doubter down, have it become my realist. And then the realist wants to know, what's your strategy? How are you going to get it done? And so I was able to feel that fear, go to the why of why I was, doing the retreat, which was to bring women together, to really experience joyful transformation. And then I would just move through it and continue on with the next retreat. So yeah, there's been many times.
Yeah. So when we met, Maggie, you were saying earlier, you've watched me grow a lot in the last few years, and we've both grown together. When I met you, your doubter was much louder.
Mm-hmm.
And you were I think you were probably just starting to do retreats with the larger community, outside of your friends group. So, tell me a little bit about how you overcame that doubter, and when did that doubter start? We talked a little while ago about when you were young, and I think it's important for us to talk about our stories, right? Because a lot of our doubters and our not good enough feelings and things like that start when we're really little, and they carry into our adulthood, and they can hinder our success if we don't take care of that and work on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for asking that question. Because I sometimes forget, I forget where it all started. Mm-hmm. I was born into a family of older siblings. I had a brother that was 20, a sister who was 18, and my brother, my youngest brother, was 15, and then I was born. Mm. And I came into the world during a time in our family when my father, really when we needed love. And my father was diagnosed with cancer, and he died 2 months before my third birthday. Mm. And my mom raised me, tried to raise me, and unfortunately her alcoholism just was rampant as a result of the death of my father, and she was not capable. And I can remember the moment in my life. I think I know I was younger than 5 because I went to live with my sister when I was 5. I was probably maybe 3 or 4, like right after my dad said, it was somewhere in there. And I can remember being in a parking lot in the back seat of our car on the floor after my mom had purchased her bottle of alcohol and drank it in the car. And I can remember being on the floor just crying, fearfully crying myself to sleep. And it was during that time that I got the message. I decided that who I was didn't matter. Mm. And that, and as a young child, I didn't know that alcoholism was a disease, and I didn't know all the things that went along with it, but I had decided that I didn't matter. Right. And that's when it started. And that's why, out of that wound, that's why I've created women's groups, and I do the work that I do to support women in knowing that they do matter. Right. And so out of the wound came my blessing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I share that a lot in when I'm working with women, because our mess is our message usually, right? That wound comes the blessing. And, they say to look at what is your wound, and what can you pull from that, in order to teach what you're put on the planet to teach.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It's your master class.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing that. I think it's really important for women to know that, us amazing women, we have these messes in our past, and out of that has come this beautiful, life and message.
Yeah, it really defined for so many years who I was, and it caused talk about not having confidence. I mean, there is a happy ending to the story. My sister, who was 18 years older than myself, she agreed to raise me. So I went to live with her full time at 5. And so she was able to provide love for me. I mean, except that wound was still there. And she had her own core wound, right? So it as grateful as I am for her to support me, I found that, that lack of confidence and feeling that I don't matter really defined. There were so many things I didn't do in my life. I wanted to be a teacher. I was too afraid to go away to school. So I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think I had the money. I didn't have the confidence. And I didn't have the awareness that I could ask people for help and enroll them into supporting me in my dream. Yeah. And we'll talk a little bit about that in just a minute, but it really, now hindsight, like, oh, my life may have been totally different, and I absolutely love where my life is. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So tell me a little bit how you overcame that fear around, possibly failing in your business when you first started out.
Well, that really came from what I want to talk about, which is the dream team.
Okay.
Because when the doubter shows up, and you hear your doubt and your critic and the judge and all the parts of you that are keeping you safe and small, it's so important to have that support outside of yourself to remind you of your magnificence. Yeah. And to reflect back to you who you are, and help you to remember that your work, the why you're doing your work. So one of the ways I overcame the fears was always to surround myself with women and family members and men who believed in me and supported me. So when I would get scared, I would look at my dear friends, my colleagues, Erin Summ, our mentors, and have them support me in remembering who I am, and ask them to when I was on the ledge so many times, I knew I could reach out and call one of my trusted sources and one of my trusted sisters, and they would, have a conversation with me to remind me of who I am. And that's why I do the work that I do. That's what I have found. That's who I am for so many people, my clients, my family, my friends, my colleagues. So. Yeah.
And it's so important, because as entrepreneurs, we tend, and especially as introverts, we tend to really close ourselves off and think we have to do it on our own. I have to do this on my own, nobody knows how to do it like I do. You're afraid that if you share what's going on, if you're not being as successful as you think you should be at this time, you're afraid that if you share that with someone, that you're going to be judged, or that they'll think you're a failure, or whatever that is that we make up in our little monkey minds. We don't reach out. And it's so important to reach out, because I know there's been so many times in my business where I've reached out to you, Maggie, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going on. Help, and you talked me off the ledge, or you talked me into, well, here's what I see, and you share with me, And I'm like, okay, you're right. Yes, you're right. And then I keep going, and there's so many times where there's a struggle that comes up in our businesses or frustration. And it's so important to have that dream team. Those people that you can call up and say, hey, I need some support, You don't have to do it by yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And then let me expand the dream team a little bit more. So that's like the core, like your sacred sisters, And then the dream team also are the people around you that you know and that you don't know that may have a missing link or the key to what you need. And the way you build your dream team, and this is from a place of confidence and joy and excitement, enthusiasm about what you do, when you can share anywhere that you're at with clarity and confidence with someone, next to you about your dream, you start enrolling people to support you. Who knows? You could be on a plane going somewhere and you start a conversation and people start asking you about what you do. And before you know it, with passion and clarity, you're telling this person what your dream is. And they have the perfect piece, exactly what you're missing to move you to the next level. Yep. And so it's the dream team is a key element to the entrepreneur's success. Being able to talk about your dream, your business, what your goals and your desires are with anyone with clarity and enthusiasm.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. So how does one make a request to their dream team and able to support them and help them, have more ease in their business?
Yeah, that's great. Requests was something that I, as an introverted person who didn't think she mattered, I couldn't even ask to have a babysitter for my son. I couldn't ask people because I just was so scared to ask people for what I needed. Mm-hmm. So one of the ways is to, first of all, make your request very clear and concise, and think about how can I ask this so that it's an easy yes. So for example, if you were to say, Maggie, I want you to be on my show. And I would say, okay, I need a lot more information. What does that mean? Where do I go? What time? How much time do I need? Am I, is it a TV show? Is it that kind of a request doesn't help. So it's really important to be clear and make it an easy yes. And you do that by giving enough information. Maggie, could you be on my live Facebook show on Thursday? Here, give me the date. And it's a 20-minute segment. You get to talk about what you love. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm there. So see the difference? It's really important to be clear, concise, and make it an easy yes. And one of the key phrases when you're making a request to kind of put people at ease so they're not going, oh, what does she want? You say, would you be open to the possibility of blank? Yeah. So would you be open to the possibility of being on my live video show? And here's when it is. And it's like, well, yeah, I'd be open to that. Sure. Really put
tell me more, right?
Yeah, tell me more. Exactly. So that's really, and make it an easy yes by giving them enough information. And that doesn't require a lot of confidence. And I think that by asking, the more you do it, the better you get at it. And that phrase of, would you be open to the possibility, helps put you at ease as well. Because it's like a practice for you.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't feel so, what's the word? You don't have to commit, right? Yeah. You're not asking them to commit. You're just asking them to be open to a possibility of.
Yeah.
I love that.
Once you start getting great results and people saying yes, your confidence level goes way up, right?
Yeah. Awesome. So tell us about the 3-step process to wow and how to support you in making requests.
So it's a 3-step. The first is you have to be willing to ask for help. And we've already talked about how entrepreneurs are, we're all on our own. I can do this. I don't need any help. So you have to be willing to ask for help. Mm-hmm. The O is to be open to receiving. I know myself and many of the people that will watch this show will say, make a request. They get, they say, this is what I need. And someone will say, oh yeah, I'll help you. And then you go, no, I'm all right. I don't need that. It's okay.
Yeah.
You have to be open to receiving.
Yes.
And then the third, the W, is to welcome the gift of someone saying yes and giving you what you need, and then expressing gratitude. Because when you express gratitude, you create more opportunities for people to support you and for that positive flow of energy. And it's just a give and take flow. So and then you're like, wow, that worked. I was willing. I opened to receiving. I didn't block the good. And now I am welcoming it and expressing gratitude.
Yeah. That's awesome. And I love the open and willing to receive it, because so often we think, like you were saying earlier, you didn't think you deserved, right? We so often don't think that we deserve the help, the support, the success, whatever it is that we're asking for and that we're wanting. We don't feel like we deserve it. So we block that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't matter. Ugh, no. Here, will you help me? Oh, but I'm not worth it. So, or I'm not, or I don't matter, or I'm not good enough, or whatever your story is.
Right. Right. Yeah. Awesome. So if you're watching live, feel free to type in any comments or questions that you have, and we will make sure to answer those while we're still on. So Maggie, what advice do you have for shy or introverted women entrepreneurs who struggle with their confidence to help them be successful?
Well, I think first things first, never give up.
Mm-hmm.
As an entrepreneur, so many of my clients and friends and colleagues, you could really throw in the towel. And especially if you start to isolate yourself and you go inward. And, it's really important to not give up and to reach out. I can't tell you how important that has been in my success in everything that I've done. As a matter of fact, right now I'm on what am I calling it? I'm calling it restorative phase of my business. I went through some big family life changes, and I had the confidence, along with my dream team, to say I'm taking a year off from my work. I'm still seeing my one-on-one clients, but I'm not doing my retreat this year, and I'm not doing my Women of Wonder monthly gatherings. Mm-hmm. I needed to be in a restorative stage. And it's because I felt confident that I could then be in that place, take care of myself because I matter, and then know that when I'm ready, when I've been in that space of restorative, I know that I'm confident that I can build whatever I want, and I'm confident that what the next phase of my work will be given to me.
Yeah.
So it's really don't give up and build a team.
Yes. And I appreciate, and I'm glad that you shared about your restorative phase, because so often, especially as entrepreneurs, we have so much to do all the time. Like, our to-do list is never done, and it's really easy to stress out. And if you're an empath, especially, like, you can take on all that energy, get overwhelmed, and we can make ourselves sick. And sometimes stuff happens in life, right? Mm-hmm. Like you, Maggie, said you had some family stuff come up, go on the last year or so you're taking some time off to restore yourself. And that's also such a huge indication of your self-worth. And it's so important to give ourselves that love and that care. And if you feel like you need to take time off, everyone, take the time off. Mm-hmm. It's so important because we only have ourselves, right? We only have one body and one life, and we can't give from an empty cup.
Yeah.
And
I want to just be just state the difference between giving up and purposely taking time off.
Yes.
Because I struggled with that. I was like, does this mean I'm giving up or what, And again, my team was like, no, this is what you're it's soulfully driven. It's purposeful. It's like, I'm not quitting or giving up. So I just wanted to make that distinction that there's a fine line, and it's really about what comes from within your souls, what your soul's requesting or what your soul needs. So I just wanted to make that clear. Don't give up and listen to your heart.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And your body. I mean, I had a couple of years ago, I had to take about a year off because I got really sick. Yeah. And it was a decision I made because I needed to restore my body. And I'm back, So,
like, so strong, like kicking butt. You're back kicking butt.
Thank you. So yeah, definitely listen to your body, listen to your soul, go inward if you need to, call on your dream team, ask them, for their advice and support, and definitely never give up. Never give up. Because you were put on this planet for a reason, and your peeps need you.
Yep.
Awesome. So any other tips that you have for us today, Maggie? Anything else you want to share?
First of all, just the fact that you being on my dream team and requesting, would you be open to the possibility of being on my show during this time? Thank you for that. I just wanted to acknowledge and just share my gratitude for that, because it is part of what's keeping me connected, and it was a confidence builder to know that I can still, step in. So thank you. I think I do have something I want to give to the ladies. Is that, or to your watchers, your viewers, and ladies, it could be men. We don't know, right? I have an ebook that I've written, and in it, oh my gosh, it's so packed with so many wonderful things. I'm so excited about it.
I just have to say, I was looking at it I just glanced through it really quickly before the show, and I was like, ooh, this is really good stuff. So excited.
It's going from overwhelmed to wow. So taking your life from overwhelmed to wow. And in it is the 3-step process, the W on how to make requests. So that's all part of it. And it's set up based on the system that I use with my women's group, which is an acronym for SHINE. It's the acronym SHINE. And so I teach you how to create a sacred space and do ritual. There is a meditation from my mentor and my spiritual counselor that has made her transition, and it's beautiful. It's a love sounding meditation, 3 minutes that you could do daily. There is, what else is there? There's Meet Your Dreamer, and there's a whole meditation that I do, visualization, so you can meet your dreamer and see what your dreamer part of you has to offer. And then there's a recipe in there for friendship, because friendship's part of my brand, and so there's a whole actual recipe for a friendship salad. So it's fun.
Yay, I love that. So everyone, I posted in the comments on how to get Maggie's ebook. It's actually on my website, erinsumm.com/wow. So you can go ahead and get your ebook there. So anything else, Maggie? And tell everyone how to get in touch with you too. I know you're taking a little break, but just in case they want to reach out.
Thank you. Well, through Facebook, Maggie Schreiber, you can private message me if you have questions or you need support. And then also I have my website is up. It's just napping right now, and it's wow-womenofwonder.com. And it talks about the work that I have done, and it has, my coaching there. And so if they want to contact me there, has my phone number, and I can receive a text and whatever they need. So
awesome. Yay. Well, thank you so much. This was so valuable. You gave some really great tips, and it was really wonderful to hear your story and all of that, how you went from feeling not good enough to enough, and all that.
This is so fun, Erin. I love being on your show, and you've had really great people. Some of them on my dream team, and great value. And I look forward to it expanding and you being able to reach so many more people, because to have a lack of confidence, to not be able to share your blessing or your dream it's so sad, and it breaks my heart. And so what the work that you're doing for the introverts, for us introverts, is really powerful and is going to make the world a much better place. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Maggie. Thank you for saying that. I really appreciate it. Awesome. So everyone, make sure to tune in every week on Thursday at 4 o'clock Pacific time. Next week, we're having Shannon Tran on, and she'll be talking about how to step into the flow of abundance and lead with confidence. How exciting. I can't wait to hear from her next week. Yeah, so mark your calendars, tune in every Thursday at 4 o'clock Pacific. And to watch past interviews, you can go to my website. I'll put the link in there as well, but it's go to my blog tab, and underneath that, you'll see the Successful Introvert, and all of the past interviews are there. All right, everyone. Thank you again so much, Maggie, for being on. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you, Erin.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.